What's up, spooky peeps? Now, this is a long form video because reels and shorts just don't cut it. I can't take my time, I can't relax, I can't be myself. But with these videos, I could genuinely be myself. Look at all that artwork. So, we have opened 4 out of 7 Saturday morning cards. Limited edition designer art cards. And these are probably the coolest trading cards I have ever purchased in my life. I love these. I saved some money and wanted to buy a few more, and they're completely sold out. So I didn't even get the opportunity to randomly, basically buy a random one and just see if whatever I get. I played it safe and I picked up 7 silver edition, a full set. I didn't know what I was going to get in that full set, but what you see on the cover is what you see on the card. That's how awesome this set is. Forgot how much I paid. It was pretty expensive, but it was so worth it. Look at this. This is perfect for my collection. So, I think we already did this one, and we looked at this one. So today, we're going to be going over the Mummy's Tomb and the Haunted Mask. So we're going to do the Haunted Mask first. Only thing is, I wish they had different artwork for each one of them. That would have been cool. But, that's just me nitpicking. That's really cool that it even comes with this QR code Saturday morning cards. Really cool. And so I don't know how close I could get to the camera with it start acting all weird doing the reflection. See how cool that is. Isn't that awesome? I believe people are selling these on eBay for like $150 each. But I don't know if it's for the silver or for which one. But I see these are going for like 150 and the price is dropping because I don't think people are picking them up. Because I don't think people even know what these are. I didn't know when I first seen these on eBay and I was like, what is this? So I did my own investigation and I found SaturdayMorningCards.com. They're really expensive, but I decided to pick them up anyway. And guess what? They're completely sold out. Even these silver ones are gone. I wish I knew when these came out because I would have definitely picked up the first package they had. I forgot what it was. But if you go to SaturdayMorningCards.com, you could go check them out and see what they had available. And they really have some cool stuff. So I'm going to be continuing to go on there to see if it's any other like 1990s stuff that I grew up my childhood. If it's stuff from my childhood, I definitely would be purchasing, especially if it has something to do with horror. But we'll see, because right now, like I said, I'm really trying to just stick to the Goosebumps thing. And YouTube algorithm does not like Goosebumps. Instagram does not like Goosebumps. I don't know what's going on. My shorts are not getting any views. Um, I took almost like a month break because I had construction workers here, so I was constantly, and I still was given a little bit, but I also got sick, and that set me back some time. But I don't know, it took a dip, but I'm starting to get on my routine. I'm no longer going to be doing toy hunts because right now I'm budgeting, I'm saving. So the things I will be picking up might be a little more pricey, but it's things that I want for my collection, not just stuff I'm picking up for discount. With that's why I'm selling a bunch of stuff. I'm doing reselling videos as well and how well I'm doing on eBay. And right now, I was supposed to list these 20 items, But since I didn't have boxes for these ones, and I still had to clean them all up, um, and now I have the boxes because I ordered some free from the post office, and the post office will ship them to you and give you 10 boxes. More than that. You just ask, and you know you shall receive. But I had to do some measurements and just make sure the stuff that I was getting was correct because I have a bunch of boxes that don't fit the things I have, and I just was doing it by eyeball. And sometimes doing stuff by eyeball doesn't work. Taking the easy way out don't work all the time. And so, sorry, I know my mic is crappy. This cost me like $80. I'm gonna show y'all guys the map, the mic. So this thing cost me $80, but I'm having issues with my phone, the jack. So I have the cool kind of but this is straight wireless, straight Bluetooth wireless. So it probably sounds all crappy, and I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the technology wasn't there with phones and microphones with being Bluetooth wireless. I guess that adapter that goes into the little jack that actually helps with the sound. So I'm learning all this new stuff as I'm getting into YouTube. I'm having car issues, so I have to prioritize and save my money and deal with my car. And it's not like the car is something wrong with it. It is, but it's legal. It's like stuff with California, and it's a Cadillac converter, and I had to fix the misfire, and I got a ticket for having tents on the front, but really they probably pulled me over because of my tags. But it's just a whole headache, and I'm working a regular 9 to 5, so trying to save money at the same time. So I can't just buy a new phone, or I can't just buy a camcorder with a really good microphone, but I still want to give out videos. So just bear with me for a couple months or a month or two, and I will fix the problem. I will fix this issue. And so let me get back into the video. Sorry for I'm ranting. This is my long form videos where I could just sit, chill, be myself, and this is the whole reason why I made YouTube. I didn't do it for views. You know what I mean? Even though I'm so disappointed that I was getting a bunch of views on my shorts and all that, but now I'm gonna take a step back and just start doing the longer stuff, so I can rant and just shoot the bull crap. You know what I'm saying? As it's once said. And so now, which other one? So we looked at the Haunted Mask. That's really cool. The Haunted Mask is really cool. I love it. Look at that presentation. How cool are these? So back to Goosebumps. So since I can't pick up the Saturday morning cards, because that's what I wanted to do for my content, I was saving like 300-400 bucks, and I wanted to buy 10 more random of these. And I should have just did it because I have the money on my account. It just, I'm not trying to, I got money saved, but I want to buy a home. I want to put a down payment on a home, and I don't even think I could do it in California. But let me get back to Goosebumps. So basically, sorry. So basically, I have the money, but I'm not willing to spend. I want to stack some checks up first. I want to work my butt off. I put in some overtime, so I had a couple extra bucks, and I was like, okay, let me just maybe pick out 4 or 5. Instead of trying to do 9. I was like, let me just do a couple of them, just to, keep the content going with some cool Goosebumps stuff, because that's why, I love Goosebumps, and it's not the books that I love. I did collect the books, but I didn't really read. I just collect the books because they look freaking cool, you know? And so I collected a bunch of books, and they got ruined because I put them in my shed, and somehow it got wet, and, So I lost all my collection. I had a bunch of them, as a kid. I always collected hats. I collected trading cards. I collected action figures, and I even collected Goosebumps books. How ironic is that? And so I wanted to pick some up, and instead of picking these up, they were completely sold out. Even these ones. So I picked these up, and they're still there after I picked these up, and I kept going on there checking, but I didn't go on there for about a week, and next time I went back on, it's sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out. The only thing that's available for Goosebumps stuff is 6 stickers for like $35, I believe. So you get like some glow in the dark stickers. It's a full set, 6 or 7. I think it's 7 because I have a set of seven, and so I'm thinking it's a set of seven of glow in the dark, really cool Goosebumps cards. But I don't think they come in something like this. And if they do, just terrific, you know. But I doubt it because I don't think they're as expensive as these were going for as a piece. But I got this as a set, and I'm disappointed that they're no longer there because I'm craving more Goosebumps stuff. And I hate to go on eBay and just deal with eBay. You know, I trust them and all. It just takes a long time, you know. And when I go on Amazon, order stuff, or even Saturday morning cards, dude, this stuff came quick like that. eBay is just a whole nother beast. You don't know when you're gonna get your stuff. It could be a week, it could be 2 weeks, it could be a month. And I kind of, you know, like to provide and have stuff ready to go. You know what I'm saying? For my videos. And really, I'm not even trying to spend money on making videos. It has put me $10, almost $10,000 behind of my goal to, you know, buying a home. And that was just me going toy hunting and buying all this kind of crap stuff, you know. And so I had to really just sit back and realize what am I doing? You know, my whole goal is to not rent and own. And so I've been stuck in this rat race. And I only been having my shit together for 6 years, you know. So in those 6 years, a lot of stuff has happened, you know. And when I have more subscribers and all that, I would tell everyone my upbringing, but I'm not gonna do it free because it's a really dark story. And so yeah, once I get enough followers, subscribers, and all that, I'm gonna have be doing some live streams and even just getting more personal with myself. And because I have a story, you know, battling addiction, and not just you know regular kind of drugs. I'm talking about hardcore stuff. I watched a lot of people die. You know what I'm saying? So I deal with a lot of depression, a lot of PTSD, survivor's guilt, all that crap. You know, people that know me personally knows what's up. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, you know, like I was in the streets and I turned my life around and for the better, and this is something that I gravitated to. You know what I mean? Was hobbies and just things that I love, and I'm in love with the '90s. I'm in love with my past, my childhood, before um bad things start happening. You know what I'm saying? So this is the kind of things that make me feel good, and the kind of things that I love, and so I'm obsessed with. You know, and I'm not even obsessed with reading the books. I'm obsessed with the series. You know what I mean? So I'm really into television and movies, and I know, you know, that's all I'm about is film. You know what I mean? And so I think that's why I start making videos. So you know, everything has something to do with, you know, it all goes around. It all goes for a full circle. And Goosebumps is one of those loves. And it's the series, the show, you know, and even the movie, but not part one. Part two, I could watch part two anytime. I love it. And then it's another movie that came out, Pumpkinhead, I believe. R.L. Stein's Pumpkinhead, or it's something like that, but it's on Tubi. It's a Tubi movie. And that was my favorite movie of 2025, y'all. That movie is so good. You know what I mean? The vibes in it is 90s straight up. It's just awesome. But yeah, if you guys like these kind of videos, so give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already subscribed, subscribe to the channel. I'm not really going to be editing videos right now because what's the point? You know what I mean? The algorithm is not, you know, doing justice or even pushing my videos, and I'm working very hard, you know what I mean? I bust my butt, so I'm going to cut out a couple things, add a few stuff, and I'm just going to upload it and give it to you guys, you know, raw. So y'all have a good one. Catch y'all on the next one. Keep it spooky, peeps.